Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Neha Hamilton, and today we are going to understand sports marketing mix, right? So, till now, we have discussed about the basic concepts of marketing, and we have also discussed about what is segmentation, what is targeting, what is positioning. We have understood the basic concepts of marketing and we have also understood the basic philosophies of marketing. We have understood marketing mix, right? We have understood segmentation, targeting, and positioning. And today we are going to understand the various philosophies of marketing, right? Basic marketing philosophies that you all should know that we are going to discuss. So I'm just sharing the slide. Okay, so these are the marketing philosophies that we need to understand in these class. Marketing philosophies is very, very important part of marketing. It is a very important part of marketing history because whenever you study any new concept, it is very important to understand from where this concept has come from. What is the history of this particular concept, right? And uh, as we know that marketing is relatively a new concept. Initially, it was production concept, then came the product concept, then came the selling concept, then came the marketing concept, and then came the societal and or social concept, and finally we have holistic concept. So we have understood different kind of marketing philosophies and marketing strategies, and we have understood that how different concepts are there in marketing. Okay, so let us understand one by one on these different kind of marketing philosophies. So the first philosophy that we are going to understand is called as production concept. Okay, so now what is production concept? This philosophy holds that production efficiency and wide distribution coverage would sell the product which is offered by a marketer, right? So, what do this concept tells us about production? That initially when there were no competition, very limited amount of companies have entered into marketing. They were producing and they were making goods. So there was no competition in the market. When there is no competition in the market, and you have no competitors, you have very limited number of competitors in the market, then production concept was there because initially the demand of people were so high, right? And the supply was so less because so limited number of companies were making product and people were wanting large amount of products. So because of the difference in the demand and supply, what difference? Demand is very high and supply is very low as compared to demand. At that particular point of time, production concept holds true. But nowadays, there are lot and lot of companies which have entered into competition. Lots of companies are making goods and services. There's a lot of competition. You talk about any product. You talk about mobile phones, you talk about laptops, TVs, electronic products, and artificial intelligence product. Even you have a competitor for Alexa also. Google has launched a new product which is in competition of Alexa. So any kind of product you say, and you will have a lots and lots of options in the market. Even if you are going in the market to take a smartphone, you will get same cost, same features, same RAM, and same configuration phone, 10 different varieties or 15 different varieties you will get, right? So, this is the scenario nowadays, but it was not earlier, right? It was not earlier. Why it was not earlier? Because people the demand was very high and the supply was very less. Why the supply was less? Because very limited amount of companies were making products and services, right? So that is called as production concept. Now let's understand the formal definition. According to Philip Kotler, the production concept suggests that consumer will favor those products which are widely available and low in high and when the supply is less. What is the basic motive to fulfill the demand? How will we fulfill the demand? When the production efficiency will increase. Now, what is this production efficiency? Production efficiency means in less time, in less resources, you are producing huge quantity of products, right? You are making a lot and lot of products, right? So that is called as production concept. When we are talking about production concept, we are talking about manufacturing efficiency. When I say manufacturing efficiency, I am talking about the efficiency at the level of factory, right? How good you are in producing products with less resources, in less time, and in less amount of money, right? Because more the resources, more the products you are going to produce, more profit your organization is going to have. So here you can see a diagram in which a factory diagram is present. Automated machine is there. They are producing the product at a very high rate. You can see that at each factory level, four people are standing at each maybe packaging level or manufacturing level. So that is called as production concept. So I hope production concept is clear. It was the earliest concept in the marketing evolution when just industrialization has started and new industries were setting up. People were setting up the factories to fulfill the demand of the people. And because the industries were setting up, because they were in the process of fulfilling the demand, very less people have entered into in this business, right? So it was not easy to fulfill the demand of the people. It was very difficult because the population was very high and the products produced were very less as compared to the population, right? So when the demand is very high and the supply is very less, okay, so at that point of time, what will be the mindset of a marketer? He will be wanting to produce high quantity of products so that he can fulfill the demand of a larger population. Right. Now let's move to the next concept of marketing. So what is the next concept of marketing? Right. So these are the features that we need to understand. What are the features? The first is uninterrupted product availability, concentration on production efficiency, large scale production, low cost, not appreciated by consumers, right? Best suited for mass consumption products like food articles, fertilizers, and stationery. So we have some, products in which quality is not that important, but fulfilling the demand of the customer is very important, right? So whenever we are talking about these kind of products, when the quantity is important, the quality is not important, production concept comes into play. So what are the features of the production concepts? Let's understand. Uninterrupted product availability, concentrates on production efficiency. Uninterrupted product availability means if we do not give stationery to the kids or the children, their education is going to hamper, right? They are not looking for quality books or quality pen or pencils. They are just looking for books, pens, and pencils. so that they can attend the school and they can complete their educational processes, right? So that is uninterrupted product availability. Next is concentrates on production efficiency. The, see, production efficiency is also very important, right? Because here we are talking about mass production, mass consumption. So we are not talking about the quality of the product, the kind of product, the innovativeness of the product, but what we are talking about on the production efficiency, because we want to fulfill the demand of most of the people who are there in the population. Large scale production. Large scale production means uh, definitely the population is high, right? So when we talk about India, India has a very huge population of 130 crores. So if you have to fulfill the demand of this many people, there has to be large scale of production. Large scale of production in different areas and in different regions of the country, so that you understand that what is the basic, so that people are getting satiated from your product. Next is low cost. Definitely, when you are going for mass production or when you are going to talk about production efficiency, your cost is going to decrease. Why your cost is going to decrease? Because you are in mass production. You are sending this product to everybody. So even if you are having small margins of profit from each consumer, but consumers at the end of the day, they are the population of a particular country or particular region, which is a huge number, right? So here, low cost is the strategy that the competitor is going to use. Next, not appreciated by consumers. See, a consumer will only appreciate your product when there is a competition. If there is no competition, then there will be no comparison. If there is no comparison, there is no appreciation, right? So customer is not going to appreciate your product. A consumer is going to criticize you if you are not providing the product. A consumer is not going to criticize you if the quality is not good, right? If he is not getting that product, then he is going to criticize you. Best suited for mass consumption products like food articles, fertilizers, and safe, right? Next. Next concept is called as product concept. The emphasis on production concept led to the difficulty in selling the product, which eventually forced the businesses to go for product differentiation. Now, in product concept, we are moving a step further, right? We are going a step higher, because in production concept we were talking about mass production of a particular product, mass consumption of the particular product. But here we are going one step higher. We are talking about product, right? Because a lot of machineries have been set up because the demand was high, supply was less. So this has forced to the industrialization and commercialization. Many factories were set up. They were starting their businesses and they were, uh, setting up their factories so that the production can increase. Now, what was happening? Now, when people went to the market, they saw that for one product, they have varieties. Varieties means they have more than one option for a particular product, right? For example, if you are going to a market and you know to buy a laptop, right? So in production concept, only one company was making laptop. But now when I talking about product concept, more than one company is making laptop. So now you have a variety, right? Now you can choose. So when people get to choose, they tend to take good products, right? If you have a choosing power or choosing capacity, you will take those products which are of good quality as compared to the products which are easily available, isn't it? Right. So that's what product concept is all about. Okay, the emphasis on production concept led to difficulty in selling the products, which eventually forced the business to go for product differentiation. Now, this is a concept that we need to understand. See, when there is a lot of competition in the market, when there is more than one variety or option of a product available to the marketer, to the consumer, right? Then how do consumer chooses a particular product on the basis of the feature that he most likes? Okay. For example, if I'm taking a laptop or a phone, RAM is the most important priority of mine because I want to have a lot of videos, lot of lectures, lot of apps in my phone, and for that I need a good RAM, right? So that is my priority as a consumer when I'm going to buy a laptop or a mobile phone. In the same way, people have different priorities. For example, people are cost conscious generally in India, right? They compare the budget of, they compare the MRPs of two products, the ingredients of two products, and then they take a product which is more profitable to them. So, in product concept, we are talking uh, about a phenomena in which has forced the marketer to improve the quality of the product, else their product is not going to be successful in the market, right? So according to Philip Kotler, the product concept holds that consumers will favor those products that offer most quality, performance, and features. So, managers in product oriented organizations focus their energy on making good products and improving them over time. Okay, so we are basically concentrating on making good products. Why? Because after production concept, there is a lot of competition in the market, and because there is a lot of competition, you want your product to stand out in the market. When a competitor is comparing your product from others, your product should stand out in the market, right? And in order to do so, product concept was introduced, where we are talking about a concept that defines what a product is, what are the features, what are the performance, what are the quality, right? All these things will be a part of product concept. Now, what are the features of product concept? Concentration on quality and performance of products, continuous product planning and development, no effort required for marketing the product. See, if your product is very of good quality, if your product is topping in the list of your competitors, then there is no need to, market your product or promote your product because people know that you are the best one in the market. For example, Apple. Till now, there is no competitor for Apple in the market because people know that if they want a high-end mobile phone, Apple is the only choice that they have, right? So, when we talk about premium segment cars, for example, BMW, or when we talk about Ferrari, these kind of cars, they have no competitors, right? Because people know that if they want a luxurious car, they'll either go for Volvo or uh, BMW or Ferrari or things like that. Here you can see, the evolution of mobile phones. Earlier it was pager, then a simple phone came. It was not a smartphone with an operating system. Then we have seen slowly and gradually. Then there was a time when BlackBerry, was in fashion. Then slowly and gradually, Android platform mobile phones were successful, and then finally iPads and notepads have come, which can work as a phone also, and which can work as a laptop also. Right. So there is no need to carry one phone and one laptop. You can carry a iPad also that can facilitate both the functions of a phone and a laptop. So this example is showing us that how the product has been evolved over time. Earlier, when there was uh, you know, no smartphones were available, and nowadays, when you see everybody has a smartphone, even small vendors, shop, the people who are indulging in very small businesses, daily workers, they will have smartphones because they are affordable and of high quality, right? So that is called as product concept. Next is called as selling concept. Now, these all things that we are studying, these all things are sequential. When I talk about sequential means product concept led to selling concept. Now, after production concept, the demand has been met. So, a lot of products were produced and the production efficiency was increased. After product concept, what happened? The quality of the products got increased, right? How the quality of the product got increased? Because there was a lot of competition in the market. And in order to tackle this much of competition, companies have started making quality products. Next is called as selling concept. Now, what is the selling concept? Now, because there is a lot of inventory after the production concept, lot of competitors after the product concept, you need to clear out the inventory which is already available on the shop floor, right? So, product concept led to the selling concept when selling became difficult even after having a good product at a cheaper price, right? So, you are selling a good product, you are selling that product at a cheaper price, you are using various sales promotion strategies, for example, 1 plus 1 free, 20% off, 50% off. You are giving free products with a complimentary product or a complimentary gift with a product. You are giving 2 days complimentary stay. You are giving doing free upgradation of rooms. Why you are doing this? Because you want to sell out the inventory which is already available in your shop. Inventory management is also important. If you are not, there is no proper come and go, right? So it is important to clear out the inventory level. So selling is basically a push concept. Push concept, why it is a push concept? Because we are pushing the concept to the product to the customer in the form of various kind of sales promotion techniques. We just want to sell out the product, so we make room for any new kind of product that's available, right? So this is selling concept of the selling concept. What are the features of selling concept? The first is undertake the aggressive selling promotion efforts. Build profit through quick turnover. Marketers have to be knowledgeable, energetic, and imaginative for selling the product. So selling the product is also very important. How it is important? Because you know in order to sell a product also, you need to have very innovative strategies and policies on how to sell a product. Now, merchandising also plays an important role. How do you set the product? How do you decorate the product in a shop floor? Because in supermarkets, we the distribution and the showcasing of product is so nice, so attractive, that only because of the merchandising they are able to sell the product. Again, sales promotion strategies come into play when you want to sell a product. You need to give various schemes, various kind of various discount schemes, or maybe various promotional offers to make your product available to a particular customer at a lower cost, so that the consumer takes your product. Okay, so marketers have to be knowledgeable, energetic, and imaginative for selling a product. Imaginative means new kind of sales promotional strategies you have to use if you want to sell a particular product. The concept is common for any marketing effort, but generally practiced for insurance, business, and new products. So, see, every product is useful. We have a desire, we have a need for a product, then only we take product. But there are some products in which artificial need is being generated by the marketers. When I talk about artificial need, I am talking about the needs which are not naturally present in us. For example, in earlier days, nobody used to get an insurance policy, but now we want to save on our tax payment. Now we are very conscious on how our loved ones or family members are going to do without us. So we take insurance schemes also. So there are some products, for example, aquaguard, fire extinguisher. These are the needs which are artificially, generated by the marketers. The next concept that we are going to understand is called as marketing concept. Now, what is marketing concept? With the increasing competition, business started to discover that it is useful to produce what customer want rather than what can be produced by the company. So, what do we do in marketing concept? See, we have already studied in marketing that it is creating, communicating, and delivering value to the customers, right? So, what are we doing in marketing? We are approaching the people or the customers first before producing or designing any product, right? Because customers are the king. Eventually, for them only, we are making a particular product, right? So if you are not properly designing a particular product, if you are not making it according to the needs of the customers, your product is not going to succeed. So marketing research is very important when it comes to marketing. How marketing research is important? Because in marketing research you are collecting data on customers taste and preferences. For example, sorry, if you are setting up a MNC in India, before setting up, you have to do a research in India about the likes and preferences of people who are living in India, isn't it? You need to find out that what people want. If you have fast food industry, let me give you examples of McDonald's. If you go to McDonald's, which is there in McDonald's, which is there in a European country, or a McDonald's which is in Indian country, their menu will differ, right? Because in India, people are very religious and their religion doesn't allow them to consume beef and pork, right? So in Indian outlets of McDonald's, you will only get chicken, right? In the McDonald's outlet because people eat chicken, right? Less people comparatively, but they do eat chicken, right? So they have done a very detailed research on the Indian customers, and they have come out with a concept that people in India, they are vegetarian, most of them, and if they consume chicken, right? So they have introduced chicken burgers. On the contrary, if you go to any different country, which is a European country, you will find burgers of pork and beef and all different kind of burgers you will find there, right? So that's how marketing concept is so much important. Why it is important? Because first you are going to the customers, you are asking their needs and preferences, and then you are marketing a particular product, right? So that's important. That is marketing concept. The key to achieve organizational goals consists in determining the needs and wants of the target market. Target market means the market for whom you are delivering a particular product and delivering the satisfaction more effectively and efficiently than the competitors. So you are delivering the product efficiently and effectively as compared to your competitors in marketing. So what are the features of marketing concept? The first is determining the customer needs and wants, satisfying the customer needs and wants, identifying the customer as a group of coherent unit of marketing segments based on their behavior. So segmentation, targeting and positioning are very important part of marketing. You need to segment your customer, then you need to target your customer, then you need to position your product in the mind of the customer so that customers get a good idea of what your product is all about, and your product is also different from others, right? So you the first and the very important step in marketing concept is understanding the need and wants of the customer, satisfying the consumer needs, identifying the customers as a market segment, and making products as per their needs and preferences. Okay. Next comes the societal concept. So, what is societal concepts? Some marketing experts argue that marketing concept ignores the potential conflicts among consumers' want, consumer interest, and long-term social welfare. For example, a fast food hamburger firms offer tasty but unhealthy food. So, what is societal concept? In societal concept, basically, you are selling your product, and at the same time, you are caring for the welfare of the society also. Even if you are selling a burger or a pizza, these are the products which are not good for the health of the consumers, right? So, for example, Subway is coming up. They are giving you fast food, that too in a healthy way. So societal concept means you have to think about the society also, and you have to market and produce that concepts which are of demand in the society, and at the same time it is good for them. It is good for their health. That product should be good for the health of the people, for the environment, and for their future also, right? So most of the companies are now shifting to the healthier options. For example, it is not available in India, but when you'll go abroad in McDonald's, you will find salads, and even KFC is giving you grilled chicken. It is not fried chicken. Fried chicken is there, of course, but you are getting grilled chicken also. So this is how societal concept comes into play. If you have seen advertisement of Dettol, that how they are marketing the product, and at the same time the social awareness also, that washing hands, wearing mask is very important, right? So this is called as societal concept. Here in this diagram you can see that marketing eras are given, and hierarchical concept of marketing is also given. So how we are going to compare the marketing eras and hierarchical concept of marketing? We are going to understand society's demand for products, right? And hierarchical concept in marketing. So the first concept is called as societal concept. So as I have already explained you what is societal concept. Societal concept is a concept in which we are basically talking about uh, something which is healthier for the society, good for environment, and also it generates you business, right? So that is called as societal concept. So what is there in the societal concept when it comes to marketing? It has quantity also, quality also, sales also, customer satisfaction also, and society well-being also. When we talk about marketing, we have quantity, quality, sales effort, and customer satisfaction is very important, because we have studied, then in marketing, customer is the king. Then we have sales concept. Here we are talking about sales effort. Okay, we have lack of consumers because it is a push concept. Then we have a talking about product concept, in which we have quantity and we have quality, and we are giving more products. Then in production concept, we are only and only talking about quantity and There is scarcity of goods because the demand is high and the supply is less. Finally, we come to the holistic marketing concept, which is the most contemporary concept of marketing. So, what is written? Holistic marketing concepts take into account an integrated perspective. It is based on internal marketing, integrated marketing, relationship marketing, and socially responsible marketing. Okay, so here in this one marketing concept, we have combination of different kind of marketing efforts. Because in holistic marketing, we are not only talking about customers, but here we are talking about employees, we are talking about channel partners, we are talking about vendors, we are talking about environment, ethics, everything, community, everything. So here in the center, you can see that holistic marketing is there. And there are four concepts which are related to holistic marketing. Now, what are these concepts? We have integrated marketing, relationship marketing, internal marketing, and socially responsible marketing. When we talk about integrated marketing, we have channels, we have production services, and we have communications. Right? That means how you are maintaining good relationship with the channel partners. You know the people who are involved in marketing channels. Internal marketing means how good relationship is there with the employees, how satisfied they are between the departments, what kind of chemistry is there between the departments is very important. Then we have socially responsible marketing. So as we have already talked about that how well you are working for the society or the community or the environment or how much ethics is there is in your company. Then we have relationship marketing. So when we talk about relationship marketing, means how, what kind of after sales service you are giving to customers. Are customers happy with your product and services or not? Then what kind of relations you have with your channel partners or your business partners, right? So this is basically an integrated concept of marketing in which you are assessing your marketing efforts from 360 degrees. You are not only asking the customers about the product, but you want to know that overall as a marketing team, how good your marketing team is with all the parts of marketing which they are linked to. Okay. Okay, children. So in today's class, we have discussed about the various philosophies of marketing, which is a part of marketing history. Now I'm going to share some of the MCQs through which you will be able to understand the basic questions. Okay, the basic questions which are important to marketing. Okay, the first question is the term marketing refers to. What will be the answer? A, B, C, D. A is advertising, sales promotion, publicity, public relations. B is a new product, ideas, development, concepts, and improvement. D is philosophy that stresses customer value and satisfaction. So we have already studied that the basic concept of marketing revolves around customers. So we are talking about customer satisfaction. So definitely D will be the answer. Next question. A marketing is a process that aims at. What will be the answer of this question? Marketing is a process which aims at the satisfaction of customer needs, right? Because production concept may we are talking about production efficiency. In product concept, we are talking about product quality. In marketing concept, we are talking about customer needs and customer satisfaction. Next is good marketing is no accident but a result of careful planning, right? So careful planning and definitely if a plan will be planned if it is not executed and the execution should be also very effective so to make it overall a successful process or phenomena. So the answer will be execution. Okay. Next question is, marketing segmentation is useful for, why segmentation is useful? To identify the prospects, to know the customer taste and preferences, to target the current clients, or all of the above. Right? So the answer will be all of the above. Which among the following is not a type of marketing concept? So we have studied all the types of marketing concept. The answer will be D. D means the supplier concept. Because in D we have studied product concept, we have studied production concept, we have studied selling concept, holistic societal concept, but there was no supplier concept, right? So the answer is D. The key customer markets consist of, the key customer market consists of government market, business market, consumer market. So it consists of D will be the answer. All kind of markets. Next, which of the following is not a part of marketing mix? Product, place, price. So I think the answer will be D, right? So pricing is not a part of marketing mix. Next question is, which concept holds that consumer will favor products that offer most in quality, performance and innovative features? We have just talked about it. The answer is product concept, because in product concept we are talking about quality of the product. If the company's sales are slow down and profit levels off to decline, at what stage the company has reached? So the company has reached to the maturity stage. Last question, which of the following concept is a useful philosophy in a situation where a product cost is too high and market talk for way to bring it down? So what do we do when the the production cost is very high, the market stock is very high? Then it is basically production concept, because we are going for mass production. Okay. So today we have understood a very important concept in the marketing history. The name of this topic was marketing philosophies. We have very nicely understood the different kind of philosophies. We have also discussed some examples of philosophies, and I am giving you a small assignment that you have to do a case study on holistic marketing philosophy, a case study of a company which is working on all the four areas, right? Okay, so that will help you understand the concept of holistic marketing and understand how practically companies are doing it. So that's it from today. That's it for today from my side. Thank you so much for joining. I am ending the meeting now.